Good morning, children. Stay safe, stay home. So, in the wake of Corona outbreak, we are forced to take the online classes. So, in continuation of the syllabus we have covered, we are continuing with the endocrine system. So, in physiology, we are discussing about the regulatory systems. Two regulatory systems. One is the fast regulating system. Another one is the slow regulating system. The fast regulating system is the nervous system, like our electrical wires. So it is connected through the nerve fibers. So the signals travel very fast, reach the target organ. Whereas the slow regulating system, which you call the endocrine system, they synthesize and secrete a chemical substance into the circulation, which you call them as the hormones. So through circulation they have to reach the target organ, and they will produce various physiological, biochemical and the growth like mechanisms. So these are they called as the slow regulatory systems. So we have started the finished the fast regulatory system, that is the nervous system, and we are continuing with the slow regulatory system, that is called as the endocrine system. So we have started the endocrine system, where we have discussed about the general introductory features of the endocrine system. We discussed what is the definition of the hormone, what are the various hormones, and what is the various classification, various types of classification of the hormones, and various mechanism of actions of the hormones, like second messenger system, third messenger system, likewise we discussed. So in continuation with that, we have various endocrine glands in our body. Starting from they follow the hierarchical system, like in your home, where you have the grandfather, father, elder brother and younger brother. Likewise we have a hierarchy. Here also we have a hierarchy system. So starting from the top, we have in the hierarchy list, first is the hypothalamus. So next we have the pituitary gland. Lower down you have the thyroid, and then various thymus, pancreas, and then adrenal glands and gonads. Likewise we have the various endocrine glands. So we have to start with the hypothalamus. So hypothalamus, what is a hypothalamus? So hypothalamus is a part of the nervous system, where the small neurons are grouped together and they form the portion of the nervous system, which you call it the diencephalon. So a part of a diencephalon, it is an anterior part of the diencephalon present in the ventral portion or the base of the brain. It is present above the pituitary gland and below the third ventricle. Actually the hypothalamus encapsulates the third ventricle. So it forms the floor and lower lateral part of the walls of the third ventricle. And we have the small neurons and large neurons in the hypothalamus. In nervous system, we have discussed in detail about the functions of the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus, actually by weight, it is only 0.3% of the total weight of the brain. 0.3% of the total weight of the brain. Such a small structure, and weighs about only 4 grams in weight. But it controls all of your visceral functions, like your appetite, feeding, thirst, sexual behavior, and then the endocrine system and autonomic system. Sherrington, the great scientist Sherrington, has called the hypothalamus as the head ganglion of the autonomic nervous system. So it is the part and parcel of the autonomic nervous system, and it is the center of the limbic system. Limbic system, which is regulating or controlling your emotions. It's the center of the emotions, like rage. And so this is about the hypothalamus. We have discussed in detail. It also maintains the homeostatic functions, like the temperature regulation, water balance, ECF volume maintenance, like this. The whole body, so your 75 kg human being is regulated or controlled by the hypothalamus, where we have the biological clock also present in the hypothalamus, which controls your various circadian rhythms, like sleep wakefulness cycle and the secretion, circadian rhythm secretion of the hormones, like this. So one of the function of the hypothalamus is the endocrine function. In endocrine function, what is its role? Let us see. So it is having a relation with the pituitary. We are telling that pituitary endocrine gland present in the brain. So cella turcica, it secretes the various hormones, like important 6 hormones, growth hormone, prolactin, thyroid stimulating hormone, adrenocorticotropic hormone, follicle stimulating hormone, and luteinizing hormone. These are the 6 hormones which are synthesized, secreted by the pituitary, anterior pituitary. So we have the hypothalamus related to the pituitary. So there are neural connections between the posterior pituitary and the hypothalamus, and vascular connection between the anterior pituitary and the hypothalamus. Actually, posterior pituitary, we say that it produces or releases 2 hormones. That is, one is called the antidiuretic hormone, another one is called the oxytocin. These 2 hormones are, we call them as the posterior pituitary hormones, but in actually they are not synthesized by the cells present in the posterior pituitary. They are synthesized by the magnocellular portion, that is the big cells, neural cells of the hypothalamus, supraoptic and paraventricular nuclei of the hypothalamus. They synthesize and they travel via the axons, that is the via the exoplasmic flow. They travel along the axons of these nerves, and then they are stored in the posterior pituitary. So that is the relation between the hypothalamus and posterior pituitary. That track are nerve fibers which are the axons of the supraoptic and paraventricular nuclei. They run through the stack of the pituitary. So hypothalamus, the lower portion of the hypothalamus, a cone-like hypothalamus which ends or joins the pituitary stack, which is called the tuber cinereum. So via the tract they travel. That's why they are called the hypothalamo-hypophyseal tract. The connection between the hypothalamus and the posterior pituitary, or the relation between the hypothalamus and posterior pituitary, is called the hypothalamo-hypophyseal tract. And relation of the anterior pituitary is via the portal system. So hypothalamo-hypophyseal portal system. So what is a portal system? By definition, portal circulation means the circulation which starts in capillaries and ends in capillaries without going to the heart. Throughout your body you can see the arteries end in the capillaries and the veins start in the capillaries, but they will go to the heart and from then they continue. Whereas the portal system, without the intervening heart, they start in the capillaries, end in the capillaries. Likewise, you have a portal system in the hypothalamus, connecting the hypothalamus and the anterior pituitary. So the arteries, the branches of the arteries are branches of the carotid and the circle of Willis. They form a plexus. They form a plexus in the ventral surface. So which you call them right here, the ventral surface of the hypothalamus, we call it as the median eminence. Median eminence. So there is a plexus here which you call the primary plexus. Primary plexus. So the capillaries, they penetrate through the median eminence and they join the vessel which travel along the stalk. That is, we call it the hypothalamo-hypophyseal portal system, and in the capillaries in the anterior pituitary, and over the cells which are synthesizing and secreting the various hormones which are released from the anterior pituitary. So again they end here in the plexus. So we have, these are called as the long portal vessels, whereas we have another small portal vessels which connect between the anterior pituitary and posterior pituitary. So the hormones are the substances, chemical substances which are produced by the hypothalamus, which regulate the hormones of the anterior pituitary. They are earlier called as the releasing factors and releasing substances. Now we call them as the hypophysiotropic hormones. By definition also they are hormones, because definition, hormone is a chemical substance produced by the ductless glands directly into the circulation. Through the circulation they reach the target organ and they execute their action. So here also these substances are released into the portal circulation and they act over the target glands or tissue present in the anterior pituitary. And why they are called as the trophic hormones? By definition, trophic hormones means a hormone produced by an endocrine gland acting over the another endocrine gland and causing the secretion of the hormone. So here these are the substances which are produced from the anterior pituitary. So for example, you say that there is an adrenocorticotropic hormone produced from anterior pituitary. Over that there is a trophic hormone synthesized and produced from the hypothalamus, that is called as the corticotropic releasing hormone, CRH we call it as. Similarly, thyroid stimulating hormone produced from the pituitary. Over that, there is a hormone acting from the hypothalamus that is called the thyrotropic releasing hormone, TRH. And we have the FSH and LH, which are called the gonadotropic hormones. Over that, there is a controlling hormone produced from the hypothalamus that is called the gonadotropin releasing hormone. Similarly, prolactin is controlled by a hormone that is called the prolactin inhibiting hormone. And growth hormone produced from the antipituitary. Over that, there are two releasing hormone and inhibiting hormone produced from the hypothalamus. That is called the growth hormone releasing hormone and growth hormone inhibiting hormone. And we have the researchers have shown that there is a substance which causes the releasing the prolactin also, prolactin releasing hormone. So they have found out the receptors and a chemical substance which constitutes about 31 amino acids. They are postulating it as the prolactin releasing hormone. So these are all hormones are all entering into the photo circulation from the median eminence, but they are not exactly synthesized by the median eminence cells. For example, we say that the gonadotropin releasing hormone is synthesized by the medial preoptic nuclei of the hypothalamus. Similarly, the somatostatin, which is otherwise called the growth hormone inhibiting hormone, is produced by the or synthesized by the periventricular nuclei of the hypothalamus. Similarly, the thyrotropin releasing hormone and corticotropin releasing hormone, they are synthesized and produced by the paraventricular nuclei of the hypothalamus. So these are the some of the nuclei which synthesize and produce the tropic hormones through the portal circulation. They act over the anterior pituitary. So this is about the hypothalamus. Via this tropic hormones or releasing hormones, it controls or regulates the hormones produced from the anterior pituitary and posterior pituitary hormones. They are actually from the hypothalamus. So via this they control or regulate your hierarchical system. For example, we say that